Hi there, Doug. It's Gary here. Hey, just listen to some old tunes. Just going to turn down the music a little, but hey, happy birthday to you. And God, 70 years old, eh? Hate to say it, but I beat you again. I've been 70 now for a couple of weeks, and it's not that bad. It's pretty good actually. I think you're going to enjoy it. So when I got the request from Carol, sorry, I'm just going to turn this down a bit. I just really caused me to think back, and some of the old memories that we had, and gosh, we had a lot of history together when I think of it. And of course, the first thing I did was I grabbed for the old Burnaby Central annual, just to just remind me of some of the things we used to do. So as I pull it out, I came to your picture. Unfortunately, there was no write up. But you're looking very suave, fairly long hair, very stylish and hefty sideburns, and a mustache that I think a lot of the other guys would die for. So you're looking very mature. And as I leaf through it, of course, your big thing in high school was playing basketball. And I wish I could share the picture with you, but it's so completely lightened. It's almost impossible to make it out. But it says the season was a good one for Burnaby Central's Wildcat basketball team. That was about it. Not a lot of discussion there. But oh yeah, I did notice that you had written in my annual, and it was great. Just thought I'd share it with you. Dear Gare, thanks a lot for hanging out with me these past 2 years. I always wanted to be one of the cool guys. Let's be sure to get together over the summer for a few brewskis. Then in September, I'll finish off the courses that I need to complete my graduation. Oops. Then who knows? The world is my oyster. Who knows? I'm sure I can leverage my love for pizza into a career somehow. Very prophetic. I said prophetic, not pathetic. Okay. As I looked further through, I came across your date for the prom. Remember? Maureen Rogowski? Oh, yes. You and I, we had quite a plan that day. We would meet at the villa for a few beers. That was our pastime. And afterwards, go back, get cleaned up, put on our suits, fresh suits, ties, which we hardly ever wore. And then I pick you up, we go pick up our dates and go to the prom. So we didn't quite pull it off. We got the beard part down great. I went home, got ready, went over to pick you up, and knocking on the door, nobody coming to the door, nobody home. Fortunately, back in those days, of course, the doors were unlocked. So I just let myself in, went upstairs to your bedroom, and found you sleeping or passed out, whichever. So within the course of 15 minutes, I was able to get you up, showered, in your graduation outfit, and we went over and picked up the girls and had ourselves a great night. So it was really turned out pretty good, surprisingly. Um, yeah, so then, really, we just didn't take a lot of pictures back in those days. So there's not a lot to share with you, but I did come across this old classic. Remember this? This represents our many trips up to the Okanagan, usually staying in a Soyuz. This was on our way back after a weekend at Bromley Rock there. And of course, Rita Samuda on the left, Bob Bailey's there, yours truly, Jim Nelson, and Well, the interesting thing here is it must have been Rob that was taking the picture, but he managed to take this picture just as Jim was pouring a beer on my head. And you seem to be sleeping while standing up in your very cool coveralls. So that was a lot of fun. But really, when you think back to those many trips we took up there, where my dad, in his wisdom, would let me take the truck and the camper, pulling that 14-foot 2 fiberform ski boat. We had some great times up there, of course, skiing under the light of the moon sometimes, having some incredible trips over to Oroville, where we'd cross the border without checking in or anything. And we'd head on up to the Pastime Inn, which my memory of that place was you go into the men's washroom, and over top of the urinal, looking out into the bar, was a window. So you wouldn't miss anything when you went to the bathroom. It was just, everything was right there. And some of those incredible trips to Oliver, I remember we would be playing pool, and before the guy went to take a shot, somebody else would have a rag wrapped up and just whack him right in the head. So it was all part of the fun. Lots of good times there. Again, not many pictures to share with you, but we do have a few pictures of the 50th birthday that the boys went on. So 2 decades ago. And we had a great time, I think. In Playa del Carmen, here we are. Here's the group at Tulum, and the 4 guys, they're just looking all very suave, and nice casual lunch there with the group. And the bottom picture here, you cutting it up on the dance floor, looking really good. This next picture though was, geez, I don't know. That's you doing water aerobics, showing your muscles with Carol. Somehow, I know there were a lot more people taking the aerobics class, but somehow when you got into the pool, a lot of them had to leave. So it was kind of embarrassing. Anyway, moving right along, just to show how important our friendship was, myself, and Teresa went along with it too. We decided to have a child on your birthday, with total respect to you. So that was very well done. It took a lot of planning, believe me. But then, I'm just thinking back to some of the many other trips we had, and remember some of those skiing trips where I remember Baker in particular. I wasn't that great a skier. You were a lot better, and you had those. Oh gosh, I can't think of the name of the skis. Yeah, they're real classics. But anyway, I remember the one time where we were returning home. You were driving, of course, and you just decided you didn't want to stop at the border. So we just kept going until an alarm went off. And of course, finally you did stop, and we managed to get through that border, but it was not well advised. Or the trip up to Whistler, again, driving my dad's truck with the camper. We were up there and managed to put the truck in the ditch that night. And we spent the night at the ski boot and got it towed out the next day. Some of those other trips that I remember your TR6. We took that baby up to Jasper and Banff and did a little camping on the way. I remember one of the first nights we pulled in late at night. It was past 10 o'clock, totally pitch black. We pulled into the Mosquito campground and set up tent under the light of the headlights, and got in there and quickly realized why it was called the Mosquito campground, because those mosquitoes were so big, it sounded like that we had 747s buzzing overhead. So crazy time, but a lot of good times for sure. And then, I think a big part of our friendship revolved around soccer. The bottom picture here was our grade 11 soccer team, which our coach, Mr. Kelly, remember him? He used to always yell out, "Here come the judge," from the sideline. Nobody really knew what that meant, why he did it. But anyway, he had our team, our grade 11 team, playing with the grade 12 league. So we didn't have a great season. We had some great players, but the other team, a year just made too much difference. And of course, Westburn. We all have fond memories of Westburn. And, for me, I think one of the finest games that we had was the Siggy Cup victory. It was really an important part. So that's it, Doug. I just wanted to say that it's really an honor to refer to you as a friend. And I just wish you all the best in the future and hope we have many more good times together. Take care, buddy.